Playing with your old teammate Roka? I bet you do. But here we go, and you want to go ahead and take us away in this pistol round, Laserjesus?
Oh, sure, you betcha, bud. So we got Reliable Gaming versus Ronin5, and I believe Ronin5, or at least one of their members, Daps, was previously of Reliable Gaming Canada, so maybe a little revenge possibly coming in from him, but this is going to be the pistol round, Reliable Gaming on the terrorist side. So, where do they decide to go on this pistol round? It looks like, so far, 3 other players heading towards B. Anything interesting happening on the Ronin side? They are going for a 2-man catwalk push, and 2 of the members of Ronin5 are stacked up in the middle, ready to peek with them, and they are pushing all the way up, Cat. There's only 1 player outside along for Reliable Gaming, and I'm not sure if Roka is ready. They might catch him in the side. He is in a decent spot, but no, there it is. Rabbit onto Roka, but trades at the middle. So still even odds, but whenever a trade goes, I mean, it's usually in favor of the terrorists. However, maybe not this round because Ronin5 has them trapped in B, so they know exactly where they're going, and they are taking it. Ronin5 isn't rotating fast enough, so it is going to be a 4-on-2 into the bomb site, and still firing back and forth. It looks like Ronin5 is still holding, and Daps is playing it so patiently along with his teammate. It's just giving them so much time to rotate around, and the flank is already on. The bomb has yet to be attempted, planted, but just trades flying back and forth, and somehow Sobo is the last player. And look at this patient play from Ronin5. I mean, you could see them. They delayed, even though their site was underway of being taken, they still played it so patiently, and no deaths came on their side until it was too late for Reliable Gaming. But Sobo is still firing back. He does find Juvenile down to a 1 versus 1. He's going for the bomb. He has picked it up, but Mosbeck is looking for him. This is a big round, and Sobo is able to drop Mosbeck. Hops up. Mosbeck did not think he was going to do that. He thought he was going to go for the plant, probably go for a little juke play, but no. Hops up straight up and domes him immediately. Great start off for Reliable Gaming.
Beautiful play from Reliable Gaming there. I like what Ronins did that round, able to come around on the flank patrol, but unfortunately it was too little too late. You know, they got themselves into a good position with that 2 versus 1. Daps playing super duper passive in the back of that B bomb site, able to hold them off until the reinforcements arrived. But Sobo, again with the patient play, he got back into the spot where Daps was and was able to hold off, you know, and get those 2 1v1s. I believe the guy who was in the site, I'm not sure who that was that peeked him in the site, but actually came out and allowed him the 1-to-1, but you know, he thought that he was going to bait for his teammate that was in tunnels. Unfortunately, that wasn't what happened, and now we've got a relatively uneventful economy round coming in for the terrorist side of Reliable Gaming, as Arya already drops 3 of them. Roka going to get 1, and Slip also going to chime in as well onto Hades to finish out that round. So, Moses, what did you see on that pistol round that you liked or disliked between the 2 teams?
Daps played that perfectly, and you know, Reliable needs to be way more aggressive on getting that pick back plat, because he held them there for those rotates to come from Ronin so long. But just as you saw Daps do a great job being patient and keeping the round alive, you saw the lack of patience by Mosbeck and Juvenile peeking instead of letting the 1-person plant. You know, that those peaks just threw the round away for him. So there was patience to keep him in the round and patience to lose the round.
Yeah, we have another interesting round underway as Ronin5 does not want to give Reliable Gaming another easy round, and they have bought up, but so far, Roka, double decapitation onto Juvenile and Mosbeck.
That HSP.
Wow, there it is, and we're just going to, we might be seeing one of those matches coming in from Roka, as I guess this is his map, and he is demonstrating that so far. And just like that, I mean, he almost did that solo. His teammates were peeking there, but he was able to get the immediate headshots. And we'll see a lot of this from the more experienced teams. They get picked up along, and then they fall back to Cat, isolate the A player, get the easy trade, take the round from there. And that's exactly what we're seeing in this 4 versus 2, as the A player has gone down, and Reliable Gaming had seemed to be under little threat after Roka got those initial 2 picks at long. So that buy for Ronin5 just did not work out for them at all.
Yeah, but that's those individual plays that Roka can make. That's like the special thing of having a player like him on that team, just that ability to run out and get those 2 headshots like that real quick. And that just opens the round up for him so well, especially on a half buy when they have limited flashbangs and grenades.
Absolutely. So some good play from Roka, able to sniff out that little bit of a long stack. He got that, just the crest of the head of that pit player was showing, and he was able to pick that one up. And we do see the economy round coming out for Ronins, and Mosbeck opens things up, but he is instantly traded out by Sobo with the AK-47. And the push on Cat is real, and here comes the push through middle by Ronins, and they are going to be trying to catch them off guard, as it looks like they're going to be pushing around towards long A. And your number 7 man outside of long, that's the AWP of Slip, able to take down one. He's got 2 more around in as well. He's going to be able to take down Juvenile before Wabbit's finally able to dispatch him with that silent USP headshot. The bomb is going to be planted in the A bomb site, but they have picked up an AWP, and it is on the back of Wabbit. So I'm not saying that they should go for this, but if they do, they've got the odds pretty good for them with Wabbit being their AWPer on their team, but it looks like they're going to fall back and try to save this really expensive AWP, and that's something that they will not have to buy this next round. So that's a good eco round for Ronins, able to drop 2 guns and potentially save them, because it doesn't look like Reliable Gaming is going on the hunt right now. So it's going to be 4-0 in favor of Reliable Gaming, but we still got a lot of CS left to be played.
Yeah, but you know, the fact that they got that op cannot be understated. You know, I really don't like that play that Slip had, being so isolated on an eco with the op like that, because that's so much money that Ronin does not have to spend now, and that just can't be understated how important it was that they lost that op to him this round.
Yeah, we'll see how this plays into effect, because that op can change the game. And look at Wabbit's money. Since he got that op, next round, I mean, he's going to be set on money, even though his teammates probably won't if they lose, but that's just going to give him so much bank to work with.
And you know, he wouldn't have been able to buy armor if he wanted an op this round. If he didn't get it that round, he would have been op no armor, and now he has full armor and full nades.
Yep. But he's not playing aggressively with it, and you can see Reliable Gaming are not sending anybody towards B this round, so A is going to be the site, but always on Dust 2, you can rotate back from Catwalk after applying pressure to it so much, or so quickly I should say, but now they are pressuring 4 up the Catwalk. Nobody really watching it except for Wabbit with that op at long. So this is going to decide most of this round whether Wabbit can avoid getting smoked and flashed out while this cat take is on. But Mosbeck from the bottom onto Roka. And that is a huge frag, and there's Wabbit with 1 as well. So far this round, RG hasn't been able to find any of the players of Ronin5, and both of those initial picks, the Ronin5 player just fell back immediately. So playing it perfectly so far is Ronin5, willing to sacrifice the site to guarantee the round. So I like this play from Ronin5 so far, as they're letting him have the plant, going to peek eventually, and there's going to be such a hardcore pinch on from Ronin5. They're going to be coming up cap. There's a nice frag from Slip, though. Replying back, they need that. Slip needs to get another one, but traded off by Daps. There's 2 players watching the catwalk. It's Jay Mitchell and his teammate. Jay Mitchell goes down, only down to a 1 versus 3, and Sobo goes down. And Ronin5, much needed first round, and that is going to make it 4-1, but this is where it gets dangerous for Ronin5, because they need to pick up this next one. Otherwise, that money is going to get reset. But they do have a fairly large bank for only winning 1 round.
Absolutely. Yeah. And I like that play there, Ronin5. Playing aggressive towards the long A, leaving Catwalk relatively open. Mosbeck got that pick on Roka only because he dropped down into CT spawn. I'm not certain that he would have gotten that pick otherwise, and that definitely opened things up in favor of Ronins. So a nice play from Mosbeck, and like you said, Wabbit got the pick at long, didn't pressure the Catwalk, let him go up, and all around some nice play. But here we go into the next round. Is Arya going to go ahead and drop 1, but he's traded by Mosbeck, and the push towards B is real, and here they come, ladies and gentlemen. Hades going to pick up a double frag in the B bomb site. Jay Mitchell's finally going to be able to trade him out, and now we're on a 2 versus 3. The bomb is on the back of Roka, trying to work their way in towards this B bomb site. They do have Daps there. They've got a flank coming from the B tunnels, and 1 man watching that mid double doors just in case. But unfortunately for him, there's nothing going to be happening over in that direction. So the bomb is going to be attempted to be planted here in the B bomb site by the double stacks, and we're going to see what they can do once they get this post-plant situation going. They are flashing out. They are going to be pressuring, but Daps is going to be able to dispatch Jade Mitchell in the window. And Roka, that headshot. And he's going to be able to pick up a second one. He doesn't realize that he's getting flanked from tunnels, but now he does. So now a 1 versus 1. Mosbeck versus Roka. 24 points of health for Roka. He's got all the time in the world to work with as well. He's got 40 seconds left in this round. Could try to go for the camera fake right now, as he is holding just outside of the B bomb site. Oh, he might have given his shoulder up. Oh, but the headshot by Roka, the 3v1 clutch. And that is huge for Reliable Gaming, as that is just going to reset the money for Ronins. As you can see, they are low on cash. We might see a FAMAS buy. They are going to buy up. So, but some all-around beautiful play from Roka on that round. There it is, the headshot percentage coming back again.
Yeah, thoughts on the clutch?
I think Mosbeck just kind of lost himself, thinking that maybe he ran to A. You know, Roko was so quiet outside that site, didn't know where he was, and he jumped and he started just committing towards rotating to A to get the 1v1 and just kind of lost himself in it. Didn't realize that he could be sitting outside the site.
Yeah, it seemed like kind of a strange timing to finally just jump around and expose where you are, and Roko was just so ready for it and able to hit that mid-air headshot. If he didn't spam him down immediately, that could have been different. But here comes Reliable Gaming out middle. Arya finds Daps all alone, but this prompts his teammate to push into the tunnels. If he could take down the bomb, this round is going to change as the bomb is alone. But now he is getting grouped up with, but Reliable Gaming has the B bomb site. Oh, there goes Hades, dropped by Reliable Gaming. So that was their last chance of holding off the bomb plant at B, but still have 3 players up. Only 2 of them in position to really do any damage, though. And a nice setup coming in from Reliable Gaming. And so, Moses, in this position for Ronin5, oh, I thought they were going to go for it, but I mean, how do you even approach the site in a man disadvantage like that at 3v4?
When you're trying to retake the bomb site?
Yes.
Well, you have to. First of all, you always got to be wary that they're going to be, you know, peeking the window and peeking those doors. And the real issue is that since I honestly thought they were going to save that round, but they didn't have any flashbangs and grenades to retake the bomb site. So in that kind of a situation, you just got to have a player who's going to make a peek and make a play. And without flashbangs, it's kind of impossible if someone's not going to go huge for you.
Yeah, and Ronin5 might want to call on the other 42, hit up Keanu Reeves, make it the Ronin 47, because they are down 5 rounds at 1-6 right now.
God.
The plays from Laserjesus coming in clutch, ladies and gentlemen. He just 1v1,504 you all in Stream TV. So there you go. And we actually have a question from Bank for Moses. What do you think of Mosbeck? You don't have to answer that if you don't want to, but it is a question that we just had.
He's gonna get him to land. He's gonna get him to the tournament, and that's all that matters right now for them.
Well, there you go. So we see a quick trade of frags here as Mosbeck's going to open things up, but he is going to get dropped. Actually, he doesn't get dropped, but 2 members of his force do get dropped. Make that 3 now as Wabbit, Hades, and Daps all go down. Mosbeck going to get a second one, but slip all over the face of Juvenile. That lurk in middle, once again, coming in huge for them as they are going to go up 7-1 now. Reliable Gaming all over Ronin5.
And Ronin just seems, you know, they're not opening any of the rounds up. You know, they're playing so passive and defensive that they're the ones getting killed first, and you know, they're not making the first plays to open these rounds up, and that's really starting to kill them because they're not rotating well and they're letting RG get set up in sites before they make any impact on the round.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, now they're trying to go with a little bit of long aggression, but still nobody's there, and Reliable Gaming is just trying to muscle their way into B. Might have worked out for them because there's only 1 player in there, but don't want to approach through the smoke, but instead they're going to reroute, go back towards the middle, try their luck against Daps, who is posted up at the doors in the smoke. And he hears them jumping up on the boxes, so Daps could make a play here. He is avoiding the flashes. Now is his chance, but he must have got too blind. He needs to find the frag now, but he lets all of them up, Cat. That's 4, but Mosbeck is lurking down from below. What a double headshot by Mosbeck, finding 2 of them, Juvenile with 1 as well, so Ronin5 with a quick 3 frag. And able to change this round dramatically, but Sobo firing back, finds Daps. 2 on 4, but this round is looking pretty bad so far for Reliable Gaming. It looked like since they had such good access to Cat, they were probably going to make something happen with that, but no, Mosbeck from the bottom, able to find 2 of them, and now they're falling. And now down to a 1-on-3 with Jay Mitchell. Doesn't have too much time to work with, and a nice setup from Ronin5. I'm not sure what one of their players is doing at B, but nonetheless, Juvenile finds the frag, and Ronin5, just like the last round that they won, this is where they need to put it together and win another one. Otherwise, they're just going to be trading 1 for 4 all over again.
This round is actually huge. This might be like the most important round of the half, because if RG wins this and their money gets reset, they're going to go on to win at least 1 more, maybe 2 more rounds. And Ronin really, you see, they're not taking any mid control. They're letting Reliable have their way with mid, and because they don't have money to buy an op and contest it. And then now Rabbit has one, but they need to secure their economy so they can contest this mid.
We actually see Wabbit pushed up on the catwalk, searching for Slip down dark. Unfortunately, not going to be able to find anything going on there. And if he would have stayed there, he might have been able to get the pick, because they actually do finally push towards green box and top of mid. And unfortunately, He had already rotated off. So now we're going to see an up battle down long, and Wabbit's going to get the better of Slip on that one. So the exchange in favor of Ronin5 already this round. And that is definitely a great opening pick for Ronins. And we are going to see what they can do as Reliable Gaming looks like they're gearing up to go up on Catwalk once again this round. And last time they got completely shut down between the M4 of Juvenile and the M4 of Mossback. And we're going to see what they could possibly get in their favor this round as Wabbit watching like a hawk on Catwalk. We're going to see if he can put that AWP to work once again this round, as he has gotten the opening pick so far. And that's taken down the AWP out of the hands of Slip. And it looks like they're going to go for maybe a quick rotation off and towards B. Juvenile with the long A flank, but unfortunately not effective. But he has gathered a great amount of information for his team, as we do see Roka working his way down in middle, trying to cut off that CT spawn rotation. And the bomb is working its way back up towards Catwalk, which is an interesting play here, as we see Sobo trying to get a little distraction, but Wabbit's going to pick off one. Hades going to take one down with a nade as well, and Wabbit, he's going to get a third frag this round. Looking for the last one. That's Jay Mitchell on Cat. He's not going to be able to get the frag, but that's made it a 3 versus 1 situation in favor of Ronins. And here comes the push now. You don't want to get too peeky on Mossback. He will take your head off, just like the last round. The bomb has been planted, though, and it is a 3 versus 1. Jay Mitchell, your last man standing, and he's got his work cut out for him right here, but he is going to get taken down by a nice headshot from Daps. And there it was, exactly like you said. Ronins needed that round to continue being able to purchase these expensive weapons, the AWPs and whatnot. Mossback has saved the op for Wabbit next round. So there you go. Ronin's finally getting their third round on the board, and that is definitely good momentum switch in their favor.
Yeah, definitely. And Moses, what Reliable Gaming did there after they traded back and forth, what are you more of a fan of? I mean, they kind of spread out, tried to go for the picks, not exposing where the bomb was in the opposite,
Yeah.
of, like grouping up as a team and then taking a bomb site together.
I would have preferred grouping up as a team, or if you're gonna split up, at least split up and attack the same bomb site. And that just seemed very like sloppy, uncoordinated. You know, they had a guy die mid before the guys B were even hitting it, and it was just kind of a sloppy mid round.
Yeah, now we see Ronin5, like you were talking about earlier. They needed some mid control. Wabbit had an uneventful mid push last round, but this round it did work out for them. And now, so far, Reliable Gaming has tried to split B, suffered 3 of their players only to take down Ronin5 Daps, and the remaining 2 are very wounded. 15 and 50 HP respectively. So, where do they go from here? They have to deal with one at middle. That's Mosbeck, who is ready for anybody to show themselves at mid.
I think you do go middle, because middle's automatically going to be pretty isolated in terms of having any support from your team. And right now, they need to at least do some economical damage, because I don't think there's really any point for them saving out right now. Everyone's poor. They're going to need to save either way.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, from middle, it's very unlikely that somebody's going to be watching it from long A, because you have to worry about Cat and long, and they only have 2 players to expend at A. So I mean, it's probably going to be a 1 versus 1 or 2v1 at the middle. But Ronin5 does try to take into the view, but spamming through the smoke, he gets one. Mosbeck trades him off onto Slip as he tries to take into the site. So nicely done there by Ronin5. But yeah, questionable late round decisions by Reliable Gaming.
Yeah, that was just weird, because you know you have to either save or you don't. Like, if you're gonna save, you need to commit to that save. You know, he does that smoke and he makes a presence, and then he just sits there and gets shot through smoke, and that's just kind of a waste of money, a waste of a life. It was just kind of a weird decision.
Absolutely, and as we see Wabbit going to open things up this round, Daps with the Pro 90, going to be able to pick up 2. That's Arya and Sobo getting dropped at the hands of Daps. And a good opening beginning to this round as 3 members of Reliable Gaming, even though they're saving, they have gotten dropped. And one more going to get caught on Catwalk. That's Slip going down. Last man standing going to be Jay Mitchell, only 18 points of health and a CZ75 in hand. In this round, relatively clean in favor of Ronins, and they are definitely snagging up this momentum quickly. Hades finally able to drop Jay Mitchell in the middle. So there you go, 7-5 now for Ronin, getting themselves right back in this one.
And you know Daps could smell that eco round. That's why he picked up that P90. He had the money to buy a Colt. He could just smell the eco round and wanted to get some kills to get higher up on the scoreboard.
Oh, I missed it entirely. I don't know what happened. I had to make a trip to the bathroom. Enlighten me.
He just bought a P90 and just kind of got really aggressive against no armor and Glocks. And P90
He actually pushed up in the middle and made it happen. So a smart play there too, because he's still got the P90 actually in hand. So we'll see if he can put it to work with the head armor this round.
Yeah, definitely. The P90 in this game compared to the other games, I feel like it's so much more devastating. I mean, you can take a corner spring, and then sometimes those two bullets will just dome them before they have a chance. But this round, Reliable Gaming coming up the catwalk, trade attempt by Ronin5, but they both get dropped very quickly as Daps was trying to bait his teammate Mosbeck. Not a bad bait attempt by any means, but Mosbeck got dropped immediately, and then all the attention was focused onto Daps straight away afterwards. But now Ronin5 struggling to hold the A-bomb site. The last chance there. Rabbit goes down by the hands of Roka. Only up to Hayes and Juvenile. So Ronin5 with a really nice comeback so far. But Reliable Gaming is not succeeding the rest of this half to them just yet. They are going to be able to take another round, as the cat was just taken quite easily. I mean, they didn't even trade anybody off.
Well, you know, when
Mosbeck
got picked off so quick, and then it just left Daps with that P90, and you know, you can't make a huge play against armor with that gun in that situation. So it just kind of turned into a hindrance. If Mosbeck stays alive, that gun can be effective, but he just got picked too quickly.
And also the unfortunate thing, I don't know if you saw it, but when they peeked Mosbeck, they were already so wide that just taking one small strafe step to the right exposed Daps in that little nook. He didn't have time to even turn around or react to the three guns coming up.
For a potential flashbang.
Yep, so they just took it, dry run it all the way up, no nades, no nothing, up on Cat, and it paid off very, very nicely for Reliable as they were able to pick up those frags and open up that A-bomb site, because I left Wabbit all alone at long A, trying to fend off being pinched, and Roka actually got the better of him on that one. But we do see a full gun round coming out once again in favor of Reliable Gaming and Ronin's. That AWP in the hands of Wabbit. No AWP for Reliable Gaming. And there you go. The flank is real, and he's going to be able to catch one. Does good damage onto a second one. That's Jay Mitchell also getting wounded gravely as well. But Juvenile with a nice heads-up play picks off Slip. And a little bit of a gamble from Ronin's this round, as they were able to put and utilize that long push. But we do see Sobo answering back in the B-bomb site. So now we're back on a 4v4. Make that a 3v3. Make that a 1v3. Make that a none v3. And that's going to be it as Mosbeck shuts down that push into B. So 8-6 now. Could we see a 9-6 half, or are we going to see an 8-7 half?
Yeah, I'd like to see Reliable just straight up, you know, get super aggressive on long. Cause I don't know if they've caught on to this for some reason yet, but Ronin close to every round has played Mosbeck and CT spawn and supporting Cat. So their long is really weak. They have an opportunity to take that pretty easily with just Juvenile holding it.
Yeah, well, on the flip side, there's a couple rounds where Ronin5 has played a majority of the players dedicated there. Granted, not as often, but they are doing it this round. But this is the round that Reliable Gaming is not going to pressure long right away. They haven't really been doing it too often, but Ronin5 is definitely set up for it now.
And an interesting play from Daps there, pushing up middle all by himself. But he did gather a lot of information for Ronin's too.
Did he have a P90?
I don't know. I wasn't paying that much attention to it, but maybe. Maybe he did.
Man, must be feeling himself way too hard. I mean, after that P90 round, just going straight up mid. I don't know about that play, but let's see where Reliable Gaming decides to use their man advantage.
Yeah, hopefully they buck him down this mid round. Their mid rounds have been weak lately.
It's only Ronin5 Juvenile able to contest the middle, but he does have one flanking out of the smoke, and this is not working out for Reliable Gaming. Quickly, 3 of their players get dropped, only leaving the last 2 outside of B, and just a clean team ace there for Ronin5 at the end. Wow, nicely done by Reliable Gaming, and Ronin5 just seemed to hesitate a little bit too much, pulling the trigger at middle. Or I mean in B.
Well, it's another questionable play because they had 2 AKs and they had 3 pistols, and they let the 3 pistols come out mid and initiate contact. I don't know why they wouldn't either split up the AKs or have their guys with the guns try and get a pick somewhere. Like make it work with the guns you have.
Yeah, like a 1-1 bait scenario. Like you send the pistol up first, follow it with a rifle.
Absolutely. So once again, the halftime score in favor of Reliable Gaming, 8-7, but they've got their work cut out for them on the CT side. And a quick roster rundown for you guys on Reliable Gaming. Now on the CT side, we've got Jay Mitchell, Sobo, Aria, Slip, and Roka facing off in the second half against Ronin's, Juvenile, Daps, Wabbit, Mosbeck, and Hades. And we're going to see if Ronin5 can continue to have that momentum that they were picking up at the end of that first half and carry it over towards the second half, as we do see an exchange of fire down through the middle area. Sobo is going to take a little bit of damage, but not too terribly much. We're going to see if Ronin's can go ahead and pick up this pistol round But picking up a CZ75 in the pistol round, interesting purchase there is Jay Mitchell, and he's going to be able to drop one, and we actually have 2 CZ75s on catwalk. So a nice opening, 2 frags. Slip's going to get in on it as well. Wabbit's going to get dropped by that P2000, and Daps finally answers back, but Sobo is going to make it a 1 versus 4. And look at the health for the Reliable Gaming crew. They are stacked right now. They are perfectly fine in this situation, and now they just play the waiting game, and there it is. Arya going to be able to finish off Daps, and that's going to be all she wrote. So Reliable Gaming going to sneak back in and take back a little bit of a lead.
What about that CZ buy on CT? Tell me about your thoughts.
I don't like it, but I mean, he made it work. What are you gonna do? You know, it's one of those things where if it works, you can't really say anything about it. But personally, I would dislike it.
Wouldn't like one of your teammates doing it?
No, none of my teammates would even think about doing that. And
oh, the old guard.
maybe
so
that's
stuck
the
in your
issue.
ways.
Maybe that's the problem.
Maybe. But jokes aside, this round, Ronin5, we may see some CT side highlights here as they are trying to take out of the long, and it is going to be a firing squad. Can they take anybody down? They do manage to get one. They need to get the trade, but support is already there by Roka and is able to clean up the last couple of players. And really nicely done on that
Headshot
anti-eco
percent.
hold. Yep, just keeps on climbing.
It's crazy to see that. And Roka, you know, not top fragging for his team, but 13 and 9 on the scoreboard, and that's perfectly all right. He is able to pick up the M4A4 for the 3rd round as 4 is still across the board, but no money to be spoken of on the terrorist side as they haven't even been able to get a bomb plant in the first 2 rounds of this half. So Ronin's kind of struggling off the bat on their terrorist side, but that's going to be okay. And here comes the push towards B, and let's go ahead and get in the eyes of Arya. He's going to be completely flashbanged, but that's okay because he's got enough time to wait that one out. He's going to only get 1, and there's the trade. So a good start to this round for Ronin's. The bomb is going to get planted in the B bomb site. A little bit of spam coming in through the double doors is able to do some good damage onto Wabbit as well, but the bomb has been planted. Now we're on a 3 versus 3 post plant, but no weapons have been picked up by Ronin. So an interesting post plant situation as it is pistols versus rifles. But coming in through the doors, they are going to be able to drop 1. Looking for a second one. Slip going to be able to answer back. And there you go. Now down on a 1 versus 1 situation. Only 2 points of health left. And Roka's going to be able to take him down, and he does have a kit. So there you go. A scary round, a very costly round for Reliable Gaming, but they did only lose the FAMASes. They were still able to hold on to that M4A4, so not as costly as it could have been because they're going to be able to full buy this round.
And that was so close. If Daps could have just delayed him like a second or 2 more instead of just making that peak, you know, it's a tough situation to be in, but it's just a bummer. Really close round.
And I really liked Reliable Gaming's retake there. They sent a suicide flash in to flash the guy that would be in the back of the bomb site waiting for the guy to come out of window. So isolated that spot immediately and were able to focus elsewhere. But yeah, very tough 1 versus 1, but oh man, that is so crippling to start a round off suffering a pick at middle. I'm not sure if Slip was going for a counter pick there, or no, it was at long. Wow, so nicely done by the Opper.
And then Mosbeck just gives it right back. That's just kind of silly. There goes the advantage.
Oh, you know what that means, do you? It's down to a 4-on-4 now. And still, look at Sobo, though. Very interesting play here. I mean, they did get traded off at long, 1 for 1, but Sobo now uses this time left on the smoke to get across, and I'm not sure, but he's going to push. He's going to run in straight into Hayes. Who's going to get it? Wow, that helps the round so much for Reliable Gaming, as Jay Mitchell does pick up Juvenile as well. So suddenly, if that long trade would have gone the other way, Ronin5 would have been in a great position. But now, as it stands, Wabbit and Daps, the last 2, and they only have 1 to deal with in B. So if they could take down Jay Mitchell, who is playing it, he is kind of peeking. Wow, they missed the first shot, though. So they know exactly where Jay Mitchell is, and catches him with a nade out is Daps. But still a 2 versus 2. Big, heavy hitters still up for both teams. Sobo and Roka versus Daps and Wabbit. Both of the players are outside of the bomb site for Reliable Gaming. And they don't have many flashes to work with. They burned their last 2. They're coming in right now. Wabbit in the back of the bomb site, as well as assistance from his teammate. Here they come through the bomb site. Daps gets the first one, and the second one. Nicely done by Ronin5 in the 2v2. Wow.
11 health combined.
Damn.
Wow.
Can't get any closer than that.
Almost just a straight up hero play, and then he just couldn't grab either of those kills. Just 1 more bullet each way. And you know, it was weird that he lived even that long going into the site. You know, they were both shooting at him, and it was just kind of struggles on both sides, and it's just kind of bummer.
And now you can see actually Reliable Gaming on the save here, and a nice wall bang onto Jay Mitchell early in this round. Going to drop him down to 38 points of health, and that definitely bodes well for Ronins this round, as here comes the aggressive push towards long. The flashbangs are real, and they are going to be able to push out here. They are facing off against two guns, but Roka once again with the headshot. Juvenile looking to clean up, but Slip's going to be able to trade him out. Mospek's going to drop Jay Mitchell in middle, and now we're on a 3 versus 2, but some guns have been picked up by Reliable Gaming, and the push towards B is coming from the side of Ronins, but 2 AK-47s have been picked up. Now, do you think RG should go for this, or do you think they should fall back and save these AKs?
Save, absolutely. Look at their money. If they don't save, Slip's gonna have to save one more or half buy, and their money is just so, you know, up and down between players. They're definitely gonna be smart decision would be to save, because they can't even afford to drop. Arya might be able to drop one, but they're going to want those guns for sure.
And on the other side, does Ronin5 hunt? Because their money isn't that great either.
No, Ronin does not hunt. Because
So
their economy is
the old Mexican standoff round. It looks like they're trying to sneak out and see if there's going to be any kind of competition in any kind of an area, as they did push 2 players through the lower B tunnels, but they are going to fall back towards T-spawn. And the 2 remaining CTs are going to be holding by the pit area of long. So an uneventful ending to the round, but Ronin's pulling themselves back into contention of this one. I believe the score is now going to be 11-10, or 11-9, pardon. And there you go. So Ronin's trying to snag back some of that momentum. As we see, they did pick up the last 2 rounds. So some good play from them all around in these last 2 rounds. The recovery of the last round, and then this past one with the eco round. But still RG with a solid eco, though, taking away 3 guns or 2 guns and being able to save them as well. That's huge.
And let him get a decent buy for this round, so we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, but in this round, so far, the main spot for Ronin5 to attack from is B, as they have 4 of their players stacked up there. And they're going to be joining 2 of them at middle, so looking to pressure the mid and B. They have nobody outside of long, aside from Juvenile, who is watching it from middle. So just really exposing their positions, trying to get Reliable Gaming where they want them. But Reliable Gaming, they've dedicated 2 into B. They're kind of forfeiting middle to them, except Slip, who's watching it from long A. Only 1 smoke can isolate him, though. So just dedicating to the sites this round is RG. Will this work out for them is the question, as Ronin5 is still playing this very patiently, waiting for anybody of Reliable Gaming to get aggressive, and they may have waited just a bit too late, or too early, I should say, as Arya is flanking the B tunnels. But will he be quick enough, as the cat take is on? There's only 1 member in the A bomb site, and that's Slip for Reliable Gaming, but he has jockeyed himself into a great position, but one of his teammates get taken down. But Slip, he needs to come up huge from the back of the bomb site, takes down 2 of them. Arya with 1 as well, and wow, Slip is just giving it to them from the back of the site of A. Only has 1 to deal with, and that's Rabbit.
The 1v1s, man.
But at what cost? He's down to no HP. Is he going to go for the plant? No, he fakes it and dropped by Jay Mitchell. And the story of that round was Slip, just picking him up. Only player in the back of A, going huge.
Hero plays.
That was poor play from Ronins on that one. They didn't go for the trade. They gave Slip 3 1v1 situations up there in the A bomb site, and he capitalized on every single one of those, dropping 3 members of the terrorist force with AK-47 headshots without any kind of a reply. And that was just absolutely detrimental to Ronins on that round. So that was a beautiful play from Slip, able to utilize that poor play from Ronins. And I mean, Moses, is there anything else you want to elaborate on that I didn't catch?
No, I mean, you're absolutely right. It was just a bunch of 1v1s for Slip, and he won each and every one of them. So, you know, when you have that sloppy of a take, you don't really deserve to win the round. You know, it just happened.
There you go. Finally able to answer back is Juvenile onto Jay Mitchell. We've got a 1-for-1 trade in the B bomb site, actually a 2-for-1 trade. But we have had 2 members drop on both sides, as Jay Mitchell and Arya are going to be forced to sit this one out, as well as Juvenile and Mospec. And we are going to see a 3 versus 3 post plant. So can Reliable Gaming infiltrate this B bomb site once again and get this eco? We do see, or not eco, but pick up this round, and we do see Wabbit with the AWP in the tunnels. The flashbangs are coming in, and they are able to pick off 1. Wabbit's going to be able to answer back. He's looking for more, but he's going to get dropped. And the last man standing still in the tunnels is going to be Hades. So a nice bait play from him. He's going to be able to pick off the bomb carrier, or the bomb diffuser. My God, I'm just stumbling over my words right now. But Roka's going to be the last man standing. And some great play from Hades here. So he makes up for the mistakes the last round and is able to clutch the round for Ronins. So 12-10 is going to be your scoreline now. And things definitely heating up late in this matchup.
Yeah, if
That
you
was a
watch
really
Hayes
nice
that
win.
round, that's how you play a 1 versus 1 in that scenario.
Yeah, you know, he kind of was really fortunate that they thought he could have been outside of B. They thought he might have been hiding in that smoke, and they just didn't expect anyone to be doubled up in halls. And that was just a really good clutch play by Hades there.
Yes, you could just like smell the experience there. I mean, you send one out tunnels, and then you delay the last one as the bomb has been planted. They don't expect 2 of them to be there, but look at this. Reliable Gaming coming straight out of the long, 4 members strong, but this is going to allow Ronin5 complete access to the B-bomb site. And they are still battling at middle, but Reliable Gaming, they are going to get a gun or 2 out of this if they are fortunate enough to make away with them. But Ronin5 has gotten the bomb down, and now it's only down to 1 Reliable Gaming member making away with his CZ. Hopefully he's got some bullets left in that, but I really like the Reliable Gaming attempt there. I mean, doing something goofy on the eco rounds, but
Well,
didn't work out for
you
him.
saw how Ronin learned from earlier. They were conditioned to play that far back. You know, remember Reliable did that to him earlier, or was that Ronin that did it in the first half where they just rushed along?
That was Reliable earlier on this one. Their first eco round, they actually pushed through. So.
And you just saw Ronin play far back. It just, you know, they learned. You know, maybe on an eco, look for it again. They had some success with it, and they just countered it. So that was a smart play by them.
Actually, I think the round that you're talking about was the one where Slip had the AWP and he got pinched by 2 members in middle. That was actually a mid push, a late round mid push from Ronins when they were on the CT side. So, you know, similar idea, just executed from a different part of the map, but still rather effective. You know, that was a pretty solid eco round for Reliable Gaming. They were able to drop a couple of guns, and you know, Sobo didn't perish at the end of that round, so he was able to hold on to the CZ75. So that's $300 he doesn't have to spend at the end of that round as well. But we do have a mid-B split coming from Ronins, and they've definitely got to be careful. Arya is going to get caught here in just a second from the window, but a nice opening frag from Jay Mitchell onto Juvenile, and that's going to eliminate one, make that Arya is going to get one as well. Juvenile still in defense of the backside of this bomb site. He's going to pick off the second one, but he's finally going to get taken down by Mospek, and Wabbit's going to answer back, but Roka's right there at the double doors, and he's going to take down Mospek, leaving it all on Wabbit with the AWP, and he's going to be working his way towards lower B. Oh, man! They had their knives out for a second. I thought we could have seen a knife kill, but unfortunately, Sobo and Wabbit both switched back to their primaries, but, you know, Wabbit, the worse for wear for that one. So, 13-11 now, Reliable Gaming.
Here's another huge round for economy purposes.
Yeah, the last one was as well for Reliable Gaming, as all of their money was pretty much under 1,000, and if they lost that, we'd be seeing a different match right now. But as it looks right now, Reliable Gaming is in the driver's seat, and they have the opportunity to take that momentum. Oh man, Juvenile gets sent to spectator mode early by Jay Mitchell. Gonna have to sit this round out. But look at the positioning here from Ronin5. You see all of them grouped up in the B tunnel. Their only other player probably going elsewhere was Juvenile. So now that he isn't there, it's going to make their mid pressure so much weaker. But Jay Mitchell with another one. That op is heating up, and that is looking real bad for Ronin5. As this is probably going to be another round at 14-11, and Ronin5 is going to be forced to save. So just that last round that we watched, I mean, had Ronin5 been able to take it, they would have forced Reliable Gaming to save. And those are the kind of rounds in Counter-Strike that decide the match. Reliable Gaming has won the crucial ones.
And, you know, I think that's weak. I think as a team, you need to have a strat that you can fall back onto those important rounds. And that round, I felt like, I don't know if it was maybe it's because Juvie got picked, but Ronin just kind of said, all right, Wabbit's got an op. We're going to live and die by his success. And when he died, it was just over. You know, they didn't run anything. They just sat in B and waited for the smoke to clear to get a pick, and it didn't work out for him.
Absolutely, and I'm actually lagging right now. I think we might have had a pause in the server. Are you guys lagged in your GoTV as well?
Yep. This is the fun.
Oh, never mind. There we go. Oh, maybe not.
Damn.
Oh, there we go. Okay, so there you go. The CZ75 coming out on the back of Mospek and Glocks across the board for the remainder of his team. One P250 in the hands of Hades. He's already found first blood. But we see Roka with the headshot percentage onto Daps, going to drop him, get him out of this early as he's going to go ahead and take a second one. Jay Mitchell with the AWP onto Wabbit, definitely getting the better of those two battles in the past couple of rounds. We are going to be seeing, once again, Roka pushes out here. The last man standing was Mosbeck, but he's going to get taken down. And now we are on match point in favor of Reliable Gaming, who have had a very, very strong CT side showing on this map.
And no op for Wabbit. So where does Ronin5 go from here? If they were relying on it the last time, if they do indeed have a bread and butter strat, now is the time to bust it out, because this is the end-all be-all of must-win rounds, as they are on the verge of being eliminated from this match. Reliable Gaming looking to take it 16-11, which
I like that push. I like that push a lot.
The ball's on slip there, and it's so unexpected to push into B tunnels with an op and then pick one of them. That's the first time I believe they've done that, and it works out for them. But here comes Mosbeck. On to slip, down to a 4-on-4 here, and they are trying to pressure the middle, but Mosbeck goes down to the hands of Roka. So Ronin5, only 3 players to Reliable Gaming's 4, and they haven't really pressured anywhere yet. They're just contesting the middle, but they're just getting dominated everywhere else. And there it is, Arya onto Juvenile, so 2 players left to keep Ronin's hopes up this match. And Sobo able to take down Hayes, only 1 player up, and it's going to be Wabbit. He is locked down at the catwalk, and there it is. Ends the match. Jay Mitchell onto Wabbit, 16-11. And man, just when it was 11-11, I believe, just that one round decided the end of that match entirely.
And I think you could really see it deflate Ronin, because, you know, those last few rounds of them as terrorists, it didn't really look like they had a plan anywhere. It didn't look like they were working towards anything, working towards a strategy. They weren't throwing, like, set smokes and executing. They weren't working as a team. They were just kind of a couple people here and there getting picked, trying to get picks themselves. And if you're going to go on that strat, you have to get those picks.
Yep, just didn't happen for them. And you saw them going for the middle. They were just trying to maintain control of the middle, but they only had one player at long and at B, and they both got killed in the 1-versus-1. So where do you go from there? We saw a lot of that on their T side, it seems.
Well, here's what was crazy is I didn't notice either team as on their defensive half as counter terrorists. Neither of them were aggressive in that middle in the middle of the map. You know, they both played very passive into their sites, and they had a lot of focus on countering like a mid B split with the guy CT spawn ready to help catter mid, and neither team as terrorists could really take advantage of how passive that was playing. And then once Reliable got comfortable with their money and they started being able to keep buying those ops, and even if they died buying another op, you know, it was just kind of started to snowball from there.
And I just want to say before anybody leaves for the post-game interview with Arya, thanks just a bunch for tuning in. This is Go RGN TV. I'm John Laserjesus Hildreth. Alongside me tonight was Moses and Megaman. So just thanks again for tuning in. Hit that follow button if you haven't, and stay tuned for the post-game interview. But let's keep talking about that match.
Absolutely. We actually crested over 3,500 views tonight, so thank you guys so very much. This is a very beautiful thing. The community is coming together. I know that CSGO Lounge has a lot to do with this, with the betting of the skins and everything like that, but allowing you guys to come in, watch the stream, pick up on all of this different stuff that we're offering for you guys, and it's just a fantastic thing. So thank you all so much for joining us. Everything brought to you tonight by Destiny Servers and David Media, as well as RGN TV. So thank you all so very much for joining us tonight. And we also have David in the channel as well. This one was not sponsored by Redcoin.
Oh, excuse me.
Yeah.
It's alright though.
Get that out of here.
Anyways. But yo, Arya's gonna be coming in here. He's like, "Fuck you, fine, I'll do it." But he'll be coming in. He's just joking. So stay tuned. We get Arya. Moses, you want to stick around?
Yeah, absolutely.
Sweet. Maybe you can have some good questions for Arya about how they played that.
Yeah, I'll bust out my notepad.
There you go.
Oh my god, I bet that notepad is old as hell.
It's from 2003.
Guys, I just want to say thank you to Dust Moret. He sent all his viewers in his, like, after the netcode versus MG. And they all said love from Dust.
That's a great thing, man. The camaraderie and everything in the community, as far as across the board for the casters and everything like that, the support and everything is definitely there, and we definitely appreciate that from everybody.
I love the point it's at right now. Like I remember at times in the past when I was casting and everything, it was like a lot of selfishness involved with the organizations and everything, but just like showing love to everybody is just great for the scene right now, and I really love where it's at.
People
Cry.
are still asking who
Tear.
won. Reliable Gaming won 16-11. It was a good match, though. It was fun.
It's a very good match.
Yeah, it just came down to that when it was 11-11, I believe, when Reliable Gaming just blew all their wad and said we have to win this round, and they won it and just took it from there.
And you know what? They got ultra aggressive. You know, I said at the beginning that they were going to make some individual plays, and they had another round like that, maybe like 2 or 3 rounds later. And, you know, Slip was just like, you know what, guys, I'm going to push B and I'm going to get this pick. And he got it and just opened that round up for him.
That was a very 1.6 reminiscent strategy, too, because that was always something that you would see. You know, the AWP or the good spawn towards B, running all the way into tunnels, trying to get that opening pick on the guy sitting outside of the B bomb site or B halls, and you know, utilizing that old school knowledge was Slip, just being able to push through and pick up that opening frag. So that was absolutely huge for the momentum swing in the beginning of that round, and you know, obviously just RG able to clean it up after that. And I'm actually going to hop on the ESEA website because I want to see what Roka's headshot percentage was for that match.
Yeah, let's hear it.
It was .233.
0.233. See, look at this guy. He's already got it up. He's on it, man. He is on it.
I'm a professional.
And for all the trolls asking who won in the chat, if you haven't heard yet, I think Darude Sandstorm won 16-11.
There you go.
So Arya is in the mumble or the TeamSpeak. Oh my.
We're a little more
can we
old
get that
school
interview
there.
on?
Moses, did you have to download TeamSpeak in order to come in here?
No, I actually had to download it about like a month ago for something else, so I just kind of got lucky that you guys were using it.
So far, everybody that we've had in for Invite Insight has had to download TeamSpeak because nobody uses it.
No one uses it.
Right.
So let me ask you, man, because you know you took quite the sabbatical from Counter-Strike, from professional Counter-Strike gaming for a number of years. What made you decide to come back for CS:GO?
You know, I followed it a little bit in the betas and everything, and then I had the opportunity. I went to a couple small like local lands like a year or two back, and then I went to ETS last year, not this most recent one, and just kind of playing with some friends and competing against good players and everything. Just kind of got the juices flowing, and I moved to Texas last year, and I found myself with a lot of free time down here, and I just thought I'd play in Maine and I'd try and make a comeback if the right situation came along, and I found some other old school guys that I know and like, and we decided to make a go at it.
Are you glad you made the comeback?
Yeah, I mean, there's so many cool. Competing in these tournaments is so much fun. Just the intensity. There's a lot of cool people that I hadn't seen in years, and it's just so nice to be back and have some fun at the events.
All right. Well, we got Arya in the house now. What's up, Arya?
What's going on, man?
How you feeling after that win?
You know, it was a solid win. I was a little nervous going into it because I've had Mosbeck on my team before, and he's a nutty D2 player. So
Wow,
I
an
know what he can
invite
pull.
player gets nervous? What? Heard it here first. Moses, do you get nervous before matches?
Not online anymore. I've played too many.
It's because Moses is 48 years old. Arya, you might be a little bit younger than him, so.
I mean, if I go into a match without being nervous, I usually do bad.
Well, there you go. That's how it was
That's
for
fair.
me when I
Good
ran
nerves.
track and field and cross country in high school. You know, I'd get nervous before a big race, and I usually performed better because of it. So, very, very cool stuff. So, Arya, 16-11 victory over Ronins. Did you guys get nervous at any point during the first half? I mean, 8-7 in the first half, barely squeaking out with the lead going into the second half. Ronins was definitely strutting their stuff on their CT side. How did that make you guys feel?
Well, I basically knew after it was 8-7, we basically had to win pistol round going into it just to keep up our momentum and shut their momentum down, just because they pulled it together at the end there. We were up, I think, 7-1 at one point, and they just came back because they caught on to what we were doing. So I wanted to make sure we caught them off guard with our pistol round, and I tried to run an anti pistol because I thought that was going to be the biggest round of the match. That would pretty much set the tone for the rest of it. And so I ran that double CZ setup at Cat, and they fell right into it. So
We
it worked
did
out
have
for
a
us.
little chuckle at that one. We did, because CZs on the pistol round, not something you see very often.
Exactly, and if they were to run long or something like that, the whole stat was just butchered. But we took the gamble, and we knew bomb was, or not bomb going up cat, but we knew well at least one was going to go up cat because these guys loved working cat. Especially on our SEVO match, we took a little bit of knowledge from that and carried it over to this match. So we gambled, and it worked out for us. So.
That's good stuff. We actually have Roka in the stream right now. Roka, I want to let you know your headshot percentage was quite disappointing in this match. Only like .233, so you need to step it up next time. Otherwise, I'm not streaming you ever again. But yeah, Arya, so what did you guys, what kind of a pep talk did you give the team going into that second half with only one round lead? Was there anything that you did to calm some nerves or to quell any kind of anger or anything like that was going on, some frustration perhaps, or anything like that? What kind of inspirational words of wisdom did you dispatch to your team in order to get them focused on the second half?
I mean, everyone seemed like they had their head in the zone, so not too many words were said other than I just told them, take your profit where you get it. So if we get an early pick, just take it, fall back, and we're pretty good at getting early picks. So the last round, me and Slip pushed. We got a kill, or he got a kill for us, and then we instantly fell back after that. I mean, given that's what teams should do, but sometimes, people just keep pushing and keep playing aggressive. Like we normally, I think in SEVO when we played Ronin5, I think we pushed up mid and we would go for like 2 or 3 kills. But this time around, I just let everybody know that we can't do that. We have to just take what we get and just play passive from then on out. So and they all took that to heart, I'm pretty sure, because I didn't see anybody dying stupidly after that.
Gotcha. Is there any questions anybody in the stream would like to ask Arya while we've got him here? I don't know if Moses or Laserjesus have anything.
Other than the Mo thing, stay away from that, guys.
Oh God, are they doing it again?
No, not moment.
What have you done, David?
Let's give him we should give him a Mo impression of that.
Oh, for the love of God.
You haven't done one in so long.
I know, I haven't. I don't think Arya or Moses have heard this one before. It's pretty good stuff.
I told Moses about it when you called them old farts. But...
Oh, man. I did. That was hilarious.
I can't do it
Thanks
like
a lot.
No problem, man. I mean, I'm older than you are, so I'm only, making fun of myself. But if I had to pick a round to do that, it would definitely be that last round with the aggression from Slip, the AWP. So, if I was on the Ronin side, because I'm not sure who he picked off, I think it was Juvenile in the tunnels, and that's their strat caller on their team. So if I was Hades in that position, I'd think to myself something along the lines of, holy fucking shit, man! I can't believe you just let Slip go all the way up through B tunnels with an AWP and fucking kill you. That's ridiculous bullshit, man. I can't believe that now we're gonna lose this fucking match 16-11 to these Reliable Gaming nobodies. Fucking Arya, Jesus Christ, he can't even get a frag. Roko's over there cheating us all to death. I mean, I'm Mo. I know because I cheat. I play with Mika and K-Train. We're all cheaters, man. But that's what we do. Fucking A, man. I'm going to leave the fucking team.
That's actually really good.
That was right on. That's how Mo quit the team.
There you go.
I'm leaving the tip.
I'm leaving the team.
Oh God, I used to love watching your guys' streams with Mo and your team last year. Watching you guys lose a match, no offense, but just Mo's reaction to things was just the funniest in the world.
I want to
Yeah,
say that he
it was
trolls with his reactions, but I know he doesn't.
He plays the game with a lot of heart, so
He's
I
a
don't
very
mind it.
passionate person. I'll give him that much.
Yeah. And it worked for us last season too, because before we picked up Mo, I was trying to think who would be the best pickup, because we ended up needing one, and my team's really, really quiet, so I was just screw it, we'll get the loudest person in Invite and see how it goes, and it ended up working out really nicely. We were pretty
You
we had
guys,
1 in
you guys
6
made
record
a
or something.
run there towards the end. You guys went on
Yeah.
7 straight or something.
Yeah, once we got our groove and actually played some scrims together, it really started working out for us. So it kind of pisses me off that Mo had to go get himself banned, but I mean, hopefully he'll be back by next year.
We'll see. We'll see. It'll be interesting to see his comeback. But trying to see if we've got any questions in the stream right now. Everybody keeps asking who won. Reliable Gaming won 16-11, so you guys can stop asking. Anybody in here have any questions for Arya or for Moses? We still have Moses in here joining us. Thank you so much, Moses, for your contributions. It was really fun doing the cast with you tonight. You got to come in here and do it more often. Maybe while your team's actually playing sometime, you can come in and do some color commentary with us and let us know what you guys are thinking.
Oh yeah,
that would be hilarious.
I'll just hop in between rounds and pass some things on to you.
Sounds good.
Yeah, no, I had a good time. I'd love to be back again.
Oh, let me restart the stream real fast because we are the featured stream. You guys won't get your skins until we restart.